It is so cold today, you guys. I really don't know how the fishing's gonna be, if it's gonna be good, if it's gonna be slow, or if the fish are biting. I really don't know. But last time I was at this pond, it was crystal clear. Almost too clear to fish, really. I don't like fishing super clear water because I feel like the fish can see you and they just spook so easily, but it's really muddy today, so it's kind of weird how that works. You know, one rainstorm can take a crystal clear pond and turn it into chocolate milk, but I'm using what is likely the smallest spinnerbait in the world. Check that out. Let me hold it just to show you. I did put super glue on it, so I'm playing with fire right here, but check that out. I mean, that's how big it is. It's like the size of my thumbnail. So it's basically a rooster tail, but because it's so light, I can't use it on my bait caster. So I'm just gonna use a little bluegill reel. And I actually put super glue on this rod too, because this is one of those traveling rods where it like pulls apart, and every time I casted, the second part of this rod popped out, and it got really annoying after a while. So I super glued it, so now it's one rod, so that shouldn't happen anymore. That was the only reason I stopped using it. It's a really good rod. So anything I catch on this rod today is gonna feel huge because it's a super ultralight rod. It's really sensitive, so we'll see what we can do. Hoping we can do some damage today, but check this out. Look at all this clover. This stuff has been slowly popping up over the last month, and now it's just like turned into a freaking weed. It's everywhere. So wish me luck, guys. Wow, my drag is way too heavy. Today is the first sunny day we've had in like a week. There we go. So yeah, these fish are gonna feel like 10-pounders on this tiny little, I gotta get used to using this. It's been a while, but yeah, these fish are gonna feel like 10-pounders on this little bitty rod. This is only 10-pound test. There's no way I could cast this accurately back in that creek back there, which if I want to catch fish here today, I will have to fish that creek because I know they're in there. What the hell is going on? I have no idea what is going on with this reel. All right, well, this reel broke 3 casts in, so switching to my other rod. What a shame. I can't use this little spinnerbait on the other rod. There's no way, and this is what I wanted to use today just to try it out. All right, I'm gonna cut my losses here and go try one more pond where I know I can catch fish, and if I can't catch fish there, then I'm not gonna catch anything anywhere else today. All right, guys, here we are at the Cash Money Pond. Boy, I'm gonna start calling it that, because that's what it is. This pond is cash money. We'll catch something here for sure. There's one. Got him. I watched him bite it. I barely hooked him. I know I barely hooked him. I almost jumped the gun. You know what? I actually hooked him pretty well, but he didn't have it for long. I thought I set the hook way too early. I left my pliers at home. Tiny little guy. But a fish is a fish, right? You won't hear me complain. That is a dink. That's bait. That's what that is. That's bait. But we're on the board. Nope. Stay on. Stay on. He's not big. It's probably not the same fish, but he's better than what we had earlier. All right. Maybe there's a chance this guy hit it like really hard and it could be the same fish, but I doubt it. I'm thinking we lost a real good fish right there. All right. This sort of half makes up for it, I guess. He's still tiny, but he's the best fish of the day. And it sort of redeemed myself there a little bit. All right. Get that. Now some of you are gonna think that I threw him on the shoreline. I didn't. I threw him there on purpose because that grass right now is so rotten. It's just like a sponge, and it's a lot easier than tossing him in the water. So that was a nice soft landing for him. I did that on purpose. And that is a loud plane. There's one. He's little. I think he's little. Yeah. Not much of a fighter when you got a 6'6" rod. They got to be a lot bigger than this to be any fun, but it's a fish, and wow, we barely had him hooked. He's got a bunch of clams in his gills. Look at that. All right. This guy's got about 6 or 7 clams on each side. Ooh, you see why I don't like to toss them in the water like that. That's why sometimes I hit this dead grass, but then I know for a fact people will be like, you just threw them on the ground. Nah, that sounded painful. All right, we'll see if we can get number 4. That would be really incredible to go from, you know, not catching any fish to all of a sudden 4 fish. All right, there you have it. Today was kind of a so-so day. I can't call it a success, but it wasn't a failure either. We did catch fish, and it was a terribly slow day, so we could have just as easily not caught anything, but golly, losing 2 fish like that really hurts. Man, I hate that. But it is what it is. We caught, what did we get? 3 or 4 fish today. Honestly, I lost count. Anyway, there you have it. Thanks for watching.